Okay, we are going to be working with nested if statements. We're going to do a real quick review of what an if-else statement looks like, and along the way the if statement as well. So we are in JCreator, and we just have a real simple JCreator project that we are working with, a Java project that we're working with. We are going to import scanner, the scanner class, so that we can receive input from the keyboard. And so this is where our starting point is. We're going to create an integer. We're going to call the integer age. We're going to initialize age to 0. Uh, and then we are going to do some calculations based on age. So we will prompt the user to enter their age. So and then based on the age, we are going to determine whether the person is, let's say, a minor, an adult, or a senior citizen. So anything younger than 18 is going to be a minor. Anything over 18 but under 65 is going to be an adult, and anything 65 and older um, is going to be classified as a senior. So we are going to start off with an if statement. And since we're going to be examining the age, we're going to put that in the condition. And we're going to say if anything is less than 18, um, the status is going to be equal to minor. And so we'll need to go back up and declare the status, um, the status variable. And then what we're going to do here, if the age is actually 18, status is minor, and then we will uh, drop out of the if statement. But we still want to check and see if the age is going to be um, uh, greater than 18 and less than 65 to do the adult. So if you want to incorporate another if statement with the existing if structure, you start the else case, but then instead of doing the like a group of statements that would execute if the if statement was false, you start another if statement. So the easiest way to do this is to say if age is less than 65, we are going to set the status to adult. Okay, so now we've taken care of everyone that is less than 18. If they're not less than 18, we check to see if the age is less than 65. Okay, so that is everyone from 0 to 18 is a minor. At this point, everyone from 18 to less than 65 is adult, leaving the final case to be senior. And what we see is that your um, this will this will provide coverage for all the possible ages. So if your age is 1, uh, the status will be set here. If your age is 45, your status will be set here. If your status is 80, or if your age is 80, then your status will be set with this line. And that is what you want. Some things to think about as you start creating if-else structures. Um, every else must be paired with a corresponding if. You can't ever have an else without an if. So we have two else's in this entire structure right here. This else is paired with this if, and this else is paired with this if. If you have too many else's, what you'll find is you'll get a status that says else without if. As with just a regular if statement or a regular if else statement, you don't ever want to put a semicolon after the if statement because that actually terminates the if statement without doing anything. Um, and that is that. So let's come down and we will provide a little bit of output. Like so. Let's build this. And sometimes this takes a little bit if it's the first time that you've worked with, you've compiled anything since you logged in. I'm not sure why that happens, it just does. So let's do that. And sometimes if it takes too long, what you may have to do is to stop the tool and then go back and build it again. Sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't. That's okay. So going back to review, what we have here is a nested if-else structure. This if-else is nested inside this if-else. And so what this allows you to do is um, to check more than one thing at a time. Um, we could do the structure with just if statements, but what this allows you to do is to not actually execute code that you don't need to do. If the age is let's say 15, there's no need to check and see to do any of this code down here. So this allows you to create more efficient code that doesn't require you to do 3 if statements for every time you do input. Okay, our process is completed. We're going to go to run and run file. Okay, so let's type in 15. 15 should give us a status of minor. Okay, I'm going to go back and we're going to adjust this output just a little bit. We're going to do a print line instead of a print and put one more tab in here. Recompile, and now the recompiling is really quick. So I'm going to run this. So 15 is a minor. Run that again. Let's do it right on 18. 18 is an adult, and this is a good programming practice to always check the values that are at your breakpoints, because that's a place where you can actually put in a lot of errors, like an off by one error, especially if you're a novice programmer. Let's do something that's right in the middle of the adults. We'll do 35. We'll check the next breakpoint, which is 65. Okay, 65 is a senior, and we'll do 85. Okay. One more thing, just because this is what I like to do. Let's put in another line right there, and build, and run. Okay, so let's do 44. And that makes your um, your output window just a little bit easier to read. So that's a real quick example of a nested if-else statement. They are a powerful tool to do lots of checking inside Java. So, all right, thanks a lot.